all, this is Neha Mittal and welcome back to my channel Classes with Neha. Friends, in today's class, I'll be taking question number 5, 6 and 7 from exercise 1.1, chapter number 1, grade 7 integers. So let's begin. Coming on to question number 5. Mohan deposits rupees 2000 in his bank account and withdraws rupees 1642 from it the next day. If withdrawal from the account is represented by a negative integer, how will you represent the amount deposited? Find the balance in Mohan's account after the withdrawal. Now the question is saying मोहन ने 2000 रुपीज अपने बैंक में डिपॉजिट करवाया और 1642 उसने नेक्स्ट डे निकाल लिया. विड्रॉ का मतलब होता है निकाल लेना, मतलब अमाउंट कम हो जाना. विड्रॉल का मतलब है डिक्रीज, डाउन. ओके, सो अगर विड्रॉल को हम नेगेटिव इंटीजर से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं तो हम कैसे डिपॉजिट को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे? पॉजिटिव इंटीजर से, क्योंकि डिपॉजिट मतलब होता है कुछ एडिशन करना, कुछ प्लस करना या इंक्रीज करना. So how will we represent the amount deposited? By the positive integer. ठीक है? Now coming on to the second part, which is finding the balance in Mohan's account after the withdrawal. Now suppose I have 3 chocolates with me. My daughters came and they took 2 chocolates from me. How many chocolates am I left with? Just 1. Why? Because 3 minus 2 is equals to 1. So, similarly, initially how much money he had in his account? 2000. और इतनी उसने निकाल ली 1642. तो क्या बचा? 2000 minus 1642. बैलेंस मतलब रिमेनिंग पार्ट जो उसके पास बचा. So, balance is equals to amount deposited minus withdrawal. Okay, now amount deposited is 2000 rupees. And how much is withdrawal? 1642. So this gives, I'll subtract the two terms. I'm left with rupees 358. Rather, Mohan is left with 358 rupees. So the balance in Mohan's account is rupees 358. So this was your question number 5. Now we'll proceed with question number 6. Now proceeding to question number 6. Rita goes 20 km towards east from point A to point B. From B, she moves 30 km towards west along the same road. If the distance towards east is represented by a positive integer, then how will you represent distance towards west? By which integer will you represent her final position from A? What is the question saying? Rita जो है, she is going from A point to B point towards east और ये distance हमें given है 20 kilometers. अब point B से वो west की तरफ जा रही है जिसमें distance covered है 30 kilometers along the same road. Now, how will you represent the distance towards west? See, herein I have written the directions east, west, north, south. If east is represented by positive integer, how will you represent west with a negative integer? Why? Because east and west are opposite directions. अगर north positive से है तो south negative से है. Similarly, अगर east positive से है तो west भी negative से है, because it is the opposite direction. And the other way, suppose this A is 0. This is a number line. 0 के right hand side पे you will represent the positive integers, and 0 के left hand side में you all know you will represent negative integers. And if this is represented by positive, obviously this side would be represented by negative. So west would be represented by negative integer. Alright. Now coming on to the next part. By which integer will you represent her final position from A? Now you see, Rita A से B, Rita ने जो cover करा है that is 20 kilometers, and B say this point is C. B से C पे उसने cover करा है 30 kilometers. Now you see till this point it is 20. If I see till this to this it is 20. तो ये कितना हुआ? Obviously 30 minus 20. This is 10. Only this much distance. But since it is coming on to the left side of the number line or towards west, I will represent it with minus. So from the number line straight away I can say that our final position from A is represented by negative integer and which is minus 10. Now how will we write it in statement form? Let's understand. Distance towards east is 20 kilometers. It is already given in the question. And since it is represented by positive, I am not writing anything because I can write plus 20 also, but nothing is written. It means plus 20 only. Distance towards west, it is 30 kilometers because यहाँ से शुरू हो रहा है, right? So it is 30 kilometers. And why I am adding this minus sign? Because it is towards the opposite side along the same road. Now her final position would be, I just told you from the number line, it is 20 plus minus 30. Why? 20 on this side. Total distance is always plus, but since it is on the negative side, the distance would be represented by the negative sign. So plus minus is minus. It is 20 minus 30. Now 20 minus 30 is minus 10. Why? Because sign of the bigger numbers come. So 30 minus 20 is 10 and with minus sign. So I can easily say that her final position will be represented by a negative integer which is minus 10 kilometers. I hope I have made myself clear to all of you. This is all about your question number 6. Proceeding to question number 7, first part. Herein we have to determine whether this is a magic square or not. In a magic square, each row, each column and each diagonal must have the same sum. These three sleeping or the horizontal lines are the rows. These three standing or the vertical lines are the columns, and these two slanting or the sloping lines are the diagonals. Now we will calculate the sum for each of the three rows, each of the three columns and both the diagonals. In case it comes out to be same, we can say that it is a magic square. If any one of the sum doesn't come equal to rest of them, we will say it is not a magic square. Let's begin. Now row 1, row 2, row 3. C1, C2, C3 means column 1, column 2, column 3, and D1, D2 means diagonal 1 and diagonal 2. So R1 is 5 plus minus 1 plus minus 4. Now plus minus is minus, plus minus is minus. So 5 minus 1 is 4 and 4 minus 4 is 0. Alright, so sum of row 1 is 0. Now coming on to row 2, it is this plus this plus this. It is minus 7 and minus 7 plus 7 is 0. Okay, coming on to row 3, it is 0 plus 3 plus minus 3. This plus 3 is 3 and 3 minus 3 is again 0, right? Coming on to column 1, 5 plus minus 5 plus 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. 0 plus 0, we all know 0, right? Coming on to column 2, minus 1 plus minus 2 plus 3. Again plus minus is minus. So minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. And minus 3 plus 3, 0. Okay, now coming on to C3. Minus 4 plus 7 plus minus 3. This will be 3 and 3 minus 3 is again 0. Okay, coming on to diagonal 1. It is 5 plus minus 2 plus minus 3. 5 minus 2 is 3 and 3 minus 3 again 0. Diagonal 2 is minus 4 minus 2 0 का sum हमें लेना है. Now minus 4 and minus 2 is minus 6, but minus 6 plus 0 is minus 6, right? Now we can easily see that the sum of D2 is not equal to rest all of these rows, columns and D1. So we can easily say that it is not a magic square. No, it is not a magic square because the condition is not satisfied. So now we'll come to second part of the same question. Proceeding with the second part of the same question, again we have to determine whether this is a magic square or not. We'll calculate the sum for each row, each column and each diagonal, and if it comes out to be same, we can say that this is a magic square. It's not. Starting with row 1, 1 plus minus 10 plus 0, it is plus minus is minus. So 1 minus 10 is minus 9 because sign हमेशा bigger number का आता है. Okay, I told you earlier also. Minus 9. Then row 2, it is minus 7. Minus 7 minus 2 is minus 9. Okay. Coming on to row 3, minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2. And minus 2 minus 7 is minus 9 again. So all the 3 rows are coming out to be same. That is the sum is minus 9. Now coming on to column 1. 1 plus minus 4 plus minus 6. Plus minus is minus. So minus 3. Minus 3 minus 6 is again minus 9. Alright. So the sum of column 1 is also coming out to be minus 9. Coming on to column 2. This is minus 13. Minus 13 plus 4 is again minus 9. Very good. Now coming on to C3. It is 0 plus minus 2, which is minus 2, and minus 2 minus 7 is minus 9. Now we are done with all the rows and all the columns. Coming on to diagonal 1, which is 1, minus 3 and minus 7. Alright. So this is minus 2. Again minus 2 minus 7 is minus 9. Alright. Coming on to diagonal 2, it is 0, minus 3, minus 6. So 0 minus 3 is minus 3. Minus 3 minus 6 is minus 9. Now we can easily see that each row, each column and each diagonal have the same sum, which is minus 9. So I can easily say that it is a magic square. So this was all for question number 7. Stay tuned for more videos. Do like, subscribe and share. Till then, keep watching and bye-bye.